This is my review of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Okay, so when I said that Gelman was going to have whatever he did come back to bite him in the ass, I didn't think that would happen literally. So what happened was, after realizing that Geld was failing, he went in to deal with the problem himself and then exposition dumps his entire plan to the audience as well as the people present in the scene. It reveals that the reason he named so many people was so that he could have them absorbed by the Orc Lord, so that he could become a Demon Lord under his control. And eventually Rimuru puts a stop to whatever it is he's doing and attacks Gelmid directly. And Gelmid is unable to defend himself because Rimuru's overpowered and he's just underestimating Rimuru. And eventually, I'm not entirely sure what caused this to happen, but I think after remembering what his name used to be, Geld decided to eat Gelmid? I'm not entirely sure what prompted that, but he ate Geld beheaded Gelmid and then ate him, gaining his powers and becoming a demon lord orc known as the Orc Disaster. And it's at this point where all of Rimuru's Kaijin followers try to behead him and defeat him in various ways, but find that he's practically invincible because he can just regenerate whatever. And then Rimuru decides to step in and sets himself to auto-battle mode, which is essentially, he told the Great Sage to take over and try and analyze what kinds of abilities he had. And this works, as Rimuru is caught, sort of, by the Orc Lord, but he also figures out what exactly the Orc Lord is capable of, and realizes the best way to defeat him is to eat him slowly with his Predator skill, which does work. And throughout this entire process, he does have a heart-to-heart with Geld as he's being devoured, and it's revealed just exactly what prompted Geld to turn into the Demon Lord or Disaster thing to begin with. And it's revealed that his village was starving, and he set out to find food, and that's when he met Gelmid. And he realized Gelmid was lying, but he realized he had no choice if he wanted to help his people survive, which is kind of a little touching moment. And then Rimuru consumes his sins so that his people don't have to bear the weight of them. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but it does work. And Geld is finally set free and put to rest successfully. And then the Kaijin continue to serve Rimuru after this. So, yeah, there's a lot of symbolism in this one. I'm going to try and pick it apart slowly. So, I mean, there's a lot of really nuanced stuff in here. For example, I think that Geld's unique ability, Starved, was a combination of him wanting to find food for his people and him being hungry at the time when he fell to his knees and he met Gelmid. I'm assuming that's what where the Starved skill comes from. And it's also revealed that, yes, Gelmid is dead. It didn't happen quite as quickly as I thought it would, but it did indeed happen, and he did indeed quite literally get bitten in the ass by whatever he did. So, you know, things happen. But yeah, there's not much to this. It's just mainly a fight between the Orc Lord and all of Rimuru and his followers. So, an interesting little thing is it works. I like the episode because it puts an end to the whole Orc Disaster arc and ties it in a nice little bow. So, you know, kind of cool. And maybe it's a bit bigger of an arc. Maybe it's like the Force of Yura introduction arc or something like that. But yeah, it does wrap the arc up in a nice little bow. It puts an end to the Orc Disaster and brings forward a new chapter for the next one, which we're going to see in the next episode, because this is only half. This is only the first half of season 1. I'm not kidding. That was like the longest arc I've ever seen in an anime, and it's only the first half of season 1. Oh, I'm not kidding. But yeah, we're definitely gonna see some of these effects that have happened in this past arc bleed over to the rest of the show. I can already guarantee that right now. We're gonna see some of that. But it also felt like a fitting conclusion. Like it showed a whole bunch of things. It showed Rimuru going from a little slime to a powerful Majin to a devourer of like an orc disaster and becoming a new demon lord, I guess. He's at the very least at the level of a demon lord now. He's got the powers of a demon lord now, so I would assume he would be a new demon lord. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if he's a demon lord or not. It's not entirely clear until they state otherwise in the show. That's what I'm going to choose to believe. He's a demon lord now. But yeah, this episode was definitely interesting. It's definitely got a lot of story beats, and it definitely does wrap things up in a nice little bow. So, if you guys have seen this episode, That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like and the subscribe button. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below, and also check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month. It helps me out. It gives you guys access to a bunch of different perks, like, for example, a channel shout-out if you pledge high enough. And it's also a great way to help out the channel, because it's only a couple, as it says, only a couple of bucks a month, and it helps me out a lot. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!